Experts, before you set off, you'll need to bring 4 things with you. The first thing is a stopwatch that will be used during the competition. The second thing is the competition rules. All requirements and regulations are spelled out in the competition rules. The third thing is the technical description. It details technical requirements and specification for mechatronics. The fourth thing is PP, which is the Professional Practice Judgment document. We will be using the PP to assess and mark the competitors' test projects. These 4 things should be in place before the competition. Regarding the toolbox, in addition to commonly used tools, competitors can put consumables and screws approved by the workshop manager. Experts need to check the toolbox in case of any prohibited tools. For example, a tubing cutter without regulated safety locking mechanism and other spare components, like a motor drive and cables for I/O terminals. These are tools and materials that are not allowed in the competition. The tube cutter on the right misses a locking pin on the side to lock the opening. Without that pin, the cutter opening is beyond the safety range. The one on the left has a pin to lock the width of the cutter opening. It makes opening smaller, so it complies with the technical description. Please sign here. After the competition, we will return those tools. For electrical safety, all electrical components must comply with the safety regulations of the host country and use grounded plugs. Hello competitors, let's start electrical safety check. There is a cable with a non-grounded plug. Please change another. Experts. Competitors must bring their own PPE before coming to the competition venue. Here are some important notes. Competitors need to put on their PPE, including safety shoes, safety glasses, and a pair of long pants. Let's take a look at these 2 competitors. The one on the left is a good example. He wears safety shoes, a pair of long pants, work clothes, and safety glasses. He wears everything correctly. The one on the left is an incorrect example. He wears sneakers and shorts, and no safety glasses. His sneakers are not that suitable, and it is not safe to wear shorts. The work clothes he wears are okay, but he doesn't put on safety glasses. Competitors can't work in the workshop without their safety glasses. Experts. There are skill-specific rules for the use of electronic devices at the competition workshop. At the workshop, only memory sticks provided by the competition organizer can be used. Personal memory sticks are not allowed at the workshop. Also, before you leave, you must return your memory sticks to the Deputy Chief Expert. Leaving with memory sticks is not allowed. Both experts and competitors are not allowed to bring their personal laptops, tablets, and mobile phones into the workshop. You can't use your mobile phones or tablets and laptops in the workshop. Please leave them in your locker. Everyone is allowed to take pictures or film videos only after the end of the competition. There are rules for the use of electronic devices in the workshop. Experts. During the competition, you have to perform two roles. The first is a timekeeper, and the second is a marker. Here are some reminders for the timekeepers. If there's only one competitor step outside of this workshop, the competition time should continue to be timed. If both competitors step outside of their workshop, you may stop timing. Sir, my cable is too short. Do you have any other works to continue? No. Write down the reason why competitors leave their workshop on the timekeeper sheet. If the competitors have any questions about test project, you can't answer them directly. Sir, should I keep the output results stay on all the time, or sometimes it has to switch into off? Okay, give me a minute. I have to ask the chief expert. Please wait at your workshop. Okay, what you need to do is find the chief expert to answer competitors' questions. How can I help? Competitor, please come over. If competitors encounter problems with the equipment or materials, you as a timekeeper have to ask Festo technician for help. Timekeeper, something wrong with my equipment. Let me have the staff to take a look. Please wait at your workshop. Thanks. The competitor reports there's an equipment problem. Okay, please come over. The ejector cylinder rod can't push smoothly back to the retracted position. It has nothing to do with the equipment. Got it. You may adjust it again. What's the issue? It's about the setting. It has nothing to do with the equipment. If the equipment functions well, you don't need to stop the timer. If the equipment fails to work, the staff needs to replace it. If it doesn't bother competitors, they can continue their work. Okay, this actuator is broken. I'll go to get another one to replace it. Thanks. I'm going to get another one to replace it. Sure. Competitors, the staff will walk into your workshop. Please turn off the air supply. Okay. Now please turn on the air supply. Okay, can you give a test? Sure. It works. Okay, great. I have replaced the broken component. Okay. In this case, you won't make up the time competitors missed. If competitors can't continue their work while the staff is replacing broken equipment, you should record the time they have missed and make it up to them. Okay, let me get the staff for you. Please wait here. Okay. The competitors report there's a problem with their equipment. The airflow sensor can't reflect the correct flow values. The meter has a glitch. I'll get another one to replace it. Okay. Can I have one competitor come over here? Please check. Is it okay? Okay, great. Please come over here. I replaced a broken component. Okay, it is 8:29:33. Re-enter your work area at 8:30. You'll have a 5-minute makeup time. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. If competitors report that a component is missing, you need to ask the staff to look for it at competitors' workshop. While competitors continue their work, Sir, I missed one component. Okay, I'll inform the staff to help you out. Please return. Great, thanks. The competitors report they missed a component. Got it. I can't find the base part of the current amplifier. Okay. I found the part in a trash can. Thanks. If competitors report that a component is missing, you need to ask the staff to look for it at competitors' workshop. If the staff can't find the missing component, he can get a new one from the material room and give it to the timekeeper. Then the timekeeper will hand it to the competitors. I'll go to the material room and get another one for you. Thanks. A component is missing. I need to get one from the material room. Okay. Please hand it to the competitors. Sure. Competitors, please come to collect your missing component. Okay, thanks. It's all about the notices for the timekeeper. As experts, your second role is a maker for the test project. You can't enter the workshop without the presence of both competitors. Team Chinese Taipei. Team Chinese Taipei, please come over here. Expert Sue, you can't enter competitors' workshop without their presence. And you can't assess and mark the performance of your compatriot competitors. Team Chinese Taipei. Team Chinese Taipei, please come over here. Sorry, you should not assess your compatriot competitors. Once you step into competitors' workshop, you are not allowed to touch anything over there. Don't touch the station. Competitors, you may come in now. Before we start assessment, we saw a workpiece staying on the station and a shear cutter is on the ground. We will record these mistakes on the PP form and leave it to the PP assessment team to assess and mark. Now we'll assess the automated system of your work. Please get everything ready for us to assess and mark. Can I remove the workpiece? Sure. Are you ready? Okay, please put a cap on the rear conveyor. Okay, put a couple of workpieces in all magazines. Okay, make sure the HMI is in the right setting. Okay, you may set it up. Okay. Shall I start? Yes. Okay, please start. Attention, experts. You have to check if the light's color and the flow of the process are correct. Okay, the first red WP will be transferred to the slide. Is it correct? The second workpiece, with RFID chip, will be transferred to the end of the conveyor. A competitor comes over here to catch the workpiece. The silver workpiece will slide to this side. Experts will mark the score based on the assessment criteria. If the simulation box and PLC follow all specific instructions and still function well, you can mark a circle or a check in the marking form. If they both fail, you mark an X or vertical lines. There are 5 evaluation aspects in the PEP. The first aspect is the cleanliness of the workplace and the station. Tools should not be left on the floor. Trashes or other unused components should not be left on the floor and the station. Before the assessment process, any testing WP should not be left on the station. Consumables, unused parts, and trashes shall be categorized and put into separate boxes on the table. When the competitors finish their work, all tools must be put away. Tools can be put on the desk or the tools rack, but can't be left on the ground or chair. The second aspect is routing of tubes and cables. Wires, optical cables, and tubes should be tightened to the cable holder in the acceptable method. Let me show you the right way to tighten the cable holder. In the example on the right is the correct method. In this way, 2 strips of a cable tie clamp the tube to the cable holder. Incorrect example is demonstrated on the left. The cable tie makes a loop on the cable holder, but it can't clamp the tube tightly on the cable holder. This is incorrect because the tube can slide and move. If it's tightened correctly, the tube will be fixed. Airflow should not be restricted by over-tight cable ties. The loop on the cable tie can't be too loose. The distance between the cable ties should be kept within 5 centimeters. The distance from the shortest pneumatic connection to the first cable tie should be 60 millimeters plus or minus 5 millimeters. The remaining length of a cut cable tie should be within 1 millimeter. Cables and tubes should be tightened separately, unless they are connected to a moving module. In this example, the gray one is a cable connecting sensors, and the black and blue ones are tubes. In this case, tubes and cables shall be tightened together. Mechanical implementation is the third aspect, where a loss of marks often occurs. First, all actuators and workpieces have to move without collisions. A case like this is not allowed. Second, all system components and modules must be secured. A case like this is not allowed. This is an incorrect practice. The fourth aspect is electrical installation and wiring of the components. Loss of marks often occurs in the following aspects. All signal terminations must be secured. When you touch the right side, there should be no connected wire falling out, but the one on the left has an unsecured wire falling out. It should be secured properly. The cable connector that connects to the signal terminal should be secured. For example, the one on the right is fully locked and secured. We can't pull it off. That is a correct practice. But the left one doesn't secure the connector. The connector can easily pull off. This is not right. Bare conductors should not be visible at end sleeves. All end sleeves must be inserted into the terminals. Clamp-type connections may be made without the use of end sleeves, but their bare conductors must not extend beyond the terminal. A wire should not have frayed insulation or have exposed its bare conductor. A well-functioned wire should not have any damage to its insulation, nor the exposure of its bare conductor. It will look like the wire here. Conductors between cable channel and terminals must not cross. One cable duct slot is only allowed the connection of one sensor or one actuator. In this example, this blue conductor is tangled with the gray conductor. This is not right. Loose ends of wire must be tied back to cable, have the same length as used wires, keep its outer insulation to prevent electrical short circuits. These strands of wire's loose ends are not tied up with the cable properly. It's not right. Loose wires should be tied up with the cable. The last aspect is about special cases announced by experts and the overall impression. A loss of marks is likely to occur in the following aspects. It is not allowed to prepare WP with tape or similar additives. Exceptions will be announced by the expert team. For example, the cap can extend its width by wrapping up with a tape. The 2-minute checking time is over. Let's give a mark. Are we good? Yes. Show our marks together. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Competitors, please come over here. Check here. The screw is not secured. The first mistake happens in the mechanical implementation section as the screw is not secured. The second mistake is that this section of the tube is too long without any secure device. You should add a cable holder here to bind the tube. The third mistake is that this section of cable is too long without any secure device as well. You should add a cable holder here to bind the cable. That's all. Okay, please return to your waiting area. The 3PP assessment experts must come to a consensus on the scores to the 5 aspects. The difference between the experts' scores must within 2 points. If it's greater than 2 points, experts must discuss and remark that aspect. On C4+1 day, experts will receive the marking forms for their compatriot competitors. It includes a handwritten marking form and a CIS-generated marking form. Experts must review, identify, and correct discrepancies between the 2 forms. If the experts are all good, the mark entry acceptance form should be signed and submitted. If experts have any questions about scores or marks, you must inform the relevant assessment expert team or deputy chief expert to correct or amend the marks. Why is it left blank? May I talk to you for a minute? Sure. Okay, it's about this marking form. I noticed the score for this aspect is missing. The third aspect will be given scores only when the second one received full marks. Could you please check again? All right. Sorry, it's my mistake. I'll correct it right away. Great, okay, thanks. Being experts of World Skills Competition, WSC, we are entrusted with three main tasks. First of all, the responsibilities and tasks of experts are to ensure the World Skills Competition, maintaining high standards and industry relevance. 4 months before the competition, experts should complete professional training, including general introduction and professional assessment training. Having not completed the training sessions, one may not be an expert fully involved in the competition and may not interact with any competitors. Experts must exercise their responsibilities before and at the competition. Before the competition, firstly, experts should submit their CVs in the template provided, including qualifications, industry, and competition experience, to their technical delegates. Technical delegates will then submit to WSI. Secondly, visit WorldSkills website and view all relevant documentation. Complete the online expert generic and industry-specific test. Thirdly, review the Code of Ethics and Conduct and agree to abide by the code by signing. Fourthly, as required in technical description, assist in making 30% change to the circulated test products and in developing and selecting the test project for the following competition. Fifthly, study the competition rules technical description, infrastructure list, standards and assessments guides, health, safety, and environment policy and guidelines, and all other official competition documentation. At the competition, firstly, experts must participate in mandatory assessment training. Secondly, the test project is circulated. Experts should assist in making 30% change to the test project and finalizing aspects of subcriteria and their allocated marks. Thirdly, test projects, marking schemes, and competition documentation should be translated into competitors' language. Fourthly, prepare competition materials and equipment and ensure health and safety of the workplaces. Fifthly, assist competitors in drawing lots for workstations, positioning equipment, and getting familiar with their workplaces. Sixthly, experts in marking teams must assess competitors' performance with fairness and objectiveness, following the instructions from the skill management team. Seventhly, contribute to the update of technical description, the development and selection of the test project for the following competition, and vote for the skill management team, chief expert, and deputy chief expert of the following competition. Second of all, communication with compatriot competitors. 1. Each morning and evening of the competition, 15 to 30 minutes are scheduled for official verbal communication between compatriot experts and competitors. Recording or exchanging of information with any equipment is prohibited. 2. During competition time, without the presence of non-compatriot expert, no contact may be made between the compatriot expert and competitor. 3. Without the permission of the chief expert, no contact may be made with other competitors or guests. 4. Before the competition, unless agreed, experts shall not help competitors interpret the test project. Any questions arising must be referred to the skill management team. Third of all, honesty, fairness, and transparency. 1. Technical description and infrastructure list specify necessary equipment and materials provided for the competition. 2. The same test project is provided at the same time. All information and mark summary form are the same for all competitors and in their language of choice. 3. When ensuring that competitors can complete the test project, expert and officials shall provide uniform assistance. 4. No interference by officials or spectators occurs that may hinder or assist competitors. 5. Accredited personnel at the competition ensure that the above principles of honesty, fairness, and transparency are observed at all times. Being the World Skills experts is a mission of respect and full of honor. We wish all experts will carry on their duties helping competitors complete given tasks, and when the competitors go back home, they may develop a better career path, improving our world with the power of skills.